Good evening, everyone. We are here at the preseason event of BeamGP. First of all, sorry for my strong dialect. I'm trying my best to keep it as English as possible. And yeah, the race will, better said, the qualifying will start in 5 minutes, give or take. Maybe earlier, maybe a tad bit later. But we will try our best to start on time. And yeah, other than that, we will be having an interview with Alfie in just a moment, who is our, what is it now, 5-time world champion. And yeah, let me just fix some stuff. Just need to fix this a bit more. That looks good, I think. Just one more thing. I'm in a bit of a hurry because I arrived a tad bit late. So I need to do this. To do... yeah, I cannot do that one, but that's fine. Don't really care about this one. And yeah. So Alfie, let me just message him here. Alright, Alfie should be joining us momentarily. I messaged him asking if he can join now. And yeah, perfect soundboard to make a notifier that he joined. Hello Alfie, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, mate. How are you doing?
I'm also fine. So, you are, how many championships did you win now? Was it 4?
God,
Five?
five
Already?
championships.
Old man, I guess.
Yeah.
So, how certain are you that you're gonna win another championship this season?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say because we're only on the car's pretty similar to last season, so I imagine it will play out a bit like last season where Toomey's pretty close to me the whole time, and then I think Kimmy will be up there too.
Are these seasons car easier to drive or harder?
I think I want to say it's roughly the same. I think we've had a bodywork update. So we've got a slightly new look to things, a little bit more modern looking. But the actual driving, we've tried to keep as similar as possible, I think. So it's pretty similar, I think.
Would you consider the cars understeery or oversteery?
Depends how you set it up, to be honest. If you prefer oversteer, you can tune it that way. If you prefer understeer, that's the way you can do it as well. Yeah, so that could depend on the track. For example, we're at Suzuka today, and even though I've tuned my car to have some more oversteer, for example, lots of drivers are complaining about understeer. So,
Oh, understeer. During testing, I had, some issues with oversteer, but pretty much it feels stable and planted on the ground. Except if you obviously overdrive it, then that's with every car, but still.
yeah, well, I'd say that was the goal with the base setup, was to try and be a bit more generous with how good it was this time as well. So encourage people to enjoy their practice and do as much as possible. So
Yeah. How close? Do you remember how close it was to the last season with Tuomi? On how many points? Or was it a easy win this time?
It definitely wasn't easy. My last easy one was Super Formula. I was miles clear in that. I think there was one race where I was a minute and a half in front of Toomey before a safety car came out. But no, last season I think went to the last round. I remember I got crashed out by the servo rotor at one point, so I lost quite a few points.
Yeah, but that's a classic Byron moment.
Yeah, exactly. But no, yeah, it went to the last round. I mean, we didn't have loads of rounds too, so it really depends on the points and what you do, what you don't do. So
How much did you prepare for this season so far?
Well, I've done a bit of practice just because I helped figure out what config we were going to run this season. But other than that, because it's so similar to the GB3, I mean, I wouldn't say much. We tested a lot, but I haven't exactly prepared loads for this season yet.
Any major changes to your setup compared to last season, like suspension, front wing angles?
I think my car is riding a little higher, but other than that, pretty much same as before. I think.
What do you prefer?
I found a really good tune in the suspension with my teammate.
Okay. What do you prefer? Stiff cars or more softer bodies?
Oh, I think I prefer stiffer cars, especially with this with the F3 car.
So
I prefer quite a stiff car.
So you rather stay on the asphalt than on the curbs, I guess.
Sort of, whatever's fastest, I guess. If the curbs are bothering me a lot because of the stiffness, then I can always turn it down or change my force feedback.
I mean, let's take the best corners example. The last section, like what do you call it? The chicane on the last corner on Suzuka.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not comfortable at the moment when I go through it. I mean, you brake pretty late, and then the curb is almost as wide as the car, and it's quite wide. It's quite thick, so it's definitely uncomfortable. I'm actually still thinking about what force feedback I'm going to use for these races. But you know what they say: if you're comfortable, then you're not going quick enough. So
yeah, fair point. What else could I ask you?
go beyond your comfort zone.
How easy is it to tune these cars compared to, let's say, from the beginning when you started here with Formula 3 compared to now?
So when I used to, like, from the beginning of Formula 3, it wasn't about how well you could tune. It was more about how many people did it in a way. I'll explain what I mean. So to start with, you could just do like a basic bit of tuning, then you do the wings, and that was about it. You could go around with that. But season 4, which was the end of 2024, things got much more competitive, and that's really where people started looking for all the extra gains they could get in suspension, the extra gains they could get into balance, and so tuning became quite competitive there. Because we did simply like one of our best seasons. Most drivers that we've had, on a similar pace together, very competitive.
Yeah, I also saw that.
But I'd like to say it's kind of eased a bit now, which is nice. You don't have to sweat it as much. Like, you don't have to spend hours thinking, does this bit of anti-roll bar make the car better in this way or that way? It's a bit more relaxed now, so it's not too bad.
So like a gentleman's agreement, pretty much, right?
Sort of, yeah. If you really want to go crazy on the tuning, you can go for it, but you just look like a bit of a sweat. Yeah, you don't have to be super knowledgeable. It's more just some people just tune stuff and see what sticks.
Yeah. What would you prefer? A closer championship or a chill championship where you're gonna win every race, or at least close to winning?
I don't know. I really enjoy racing, but of course I also enjoy winning and getting the championships. Super Formula was quite, let me put it this way, if there's a lot of skill involved, then I enjoy being super clear and winning the championships easily.
Yeah, would you prefer a season like last one or one of your first seasons where you comfortably won the championships?
It wasn't always super easy in the first ones, but it was definitely easier than let's say last season. I think I'd like last season just because it pushes me to be a better driver as well and to keep my skills sharp and push the limits and see what's possible.
Yeah, makes sense. Are you planning on driving in the lower series more, or are you just focusing on Formula 3?
I did a Formula race a couple of weeks ago, and it was all right. I think it's more. I'm not sure the driving standards are as good as I'd like them to be. It's much easier to get involved in a crash compared to Formula 3. So
yeah,
there's not much incentive to do it. I just lose rating.
Yeah, due to my time constraints, I cannot race as much Formula 3 as I would like to. So I'm more on Formula 4 and stuff like that. But by the looks of it, we had the influx of new people, as most people saw already. we gained like what 100 people in 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
there are some really good drivers from what I saw. What's your opinion on them if they get to Formula 3?
The more the merrier. I'd love to see more competitive, like, properly quick people in BeamNG racing. So, the more people that make that switch and check out the pros and cons of Beam racing, the better, in my eyes.
Yep. I also see it like
I
that.
think this is the best place to do it.
Do you have any last words you would like to give out to the people who are watching right now?
Make sure you join a Discord server to keep up to date with everything going on. I think this next season is looking pretty exciting for several reasons. So you definitely want to get involved.
Alright. I think that settles it.
Alright,
thank you very much, Alfie.
No worries.
And call is starting in 1 minute, so I will be part of it. So you will see my onboard, so you guys know also how it looks like from a driver's perspective. I will also explain how it will feel like, the car. And yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much to explain. And yeah, we have a new race manager, which is made by Byron and some other people. I don't really know who was part of it exactly, but it's with another Discord server. And yeah, compared to what it looked like last season to this season, there were major improvements. The pit system is pretty much working now. And yeah, as you can see, right now I have a minimalistic user interface. So you know what it can look like if you want to have minimalistic, like only the important things like fastest lap, what other laps the other people are doing, and just basic stuff like that. So, but for the race, I need to swap to the normal one, which is this one, because I like to have as much information as possible. People are already driving out. I hope I don't want that much fuel though. I don't know if I can change it. I did on full fuel. That shouldn't. Maybe it's here. Okay, I guess I'm using max fuel. Unless this works. Not everything works as yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I guess I will do with full fuel, which shouldn't matter too much. Obviously, I'm not the fastest driver. So, oh yeah, I need to swap the scenes. This is my bad. There we go, much better. This also shouldn't appear. I'm sorry for that. So obviously there's still some stuff to be worked out. So it may not always be perfect, but we will try our best. We are using 1440p and pretty much having constant 144 FPS. So yeah, I guess that's a bonus point. Max graphics also. So there's nothing to complain on that side. And yeah. Going into the third last corner section. Also I'm gonna take it easy because I don't want to get a massive tow time. Oh, is flexing his GPU? No, I'm flexing my CPU, which is a 9950 X3D. Because this game is all about CPU, because you can also get the same performance with, let's say at this point, a 4060, 3060 series graphics card. But as we're starting our first quali lap, it's minor lockups, but I could move the brake balance more rearwards, but no, nothing needs to be maximized always. As with the grass a bit, which is suboptimal. Okay, this might not be the best performance from me. But we still have one more lap? No. Yeah, maybe one more lap we have. At 156. Yeah, I don't think I can beat that one. Especially not with 45 liters of fuel. Which I don't honestly know why I couldn't change it, but maybe it's better for doing the race. As we're getting to the last chicane momentarily, which is gonna be a really bad lap, but that's why I'm not a permanent F3 driver, but more only here to showcase you the car itself. These cars have DRS, however, I don't think we are using it, at least for this preseason event. As we get a much better corner exit right now. Let's see if we can keep it up. So far, it's going good. Slight tap of the brakes. Trying to not unsettle the car. Losing a lot of time here. As Goose caught a yellow flag. I don't know if he spun or just was driving slower. As I nearly spun it again. So let's see if we can improve the time. And it's gonna be a 2 minutes. 1. which is P6, P7 now, unless train somehow improves this time. We also got a, how do you call it, a limiter, so you're not continuing to race. As I cannot look back for some reason, which is weird, but okay. I should be able to look back. I guess we're not looking back. We also have a pit speed limiter when there's a virtual safety car, full course yellow. And once there's a virtual safety car, you have to catch up to the leader, which is where he drives like, I think it was 100 kph, and the others are allowed to drive like 140. So yeah. Alright, that was qualifying. As we're going straight into the race, which is gonna be, let me check how long. First a 15-minute sprint and then a 25-minute feature race. So we should also start soon. Three minutes to race start. So in the meantime, I'm gonna show you some tuning on. I mean, first of all, let's look at the skins. Like, obviously, they are not real life name parts, but they're inspired by them. So, yeah, I'm using the Racing Balls Academy car because, yeah, I generally prefer white Formula cars because I don't know, they just look pretty nice in my opinion. For wing angles, I'm using like medium to low downforce because of the long straights for Suzuka and generally the high speed corners. Fuel should be 15, I think 15 liters should be fine. Some brake cooling because if your brakes are too hot, the tires overheat. If they're too cold, they're too cold obviously. So I think you know what to do. Suspension, I kept it standard, so I didn't change anything here. Camber, I also left everything standard because I want to give the most baseline experience you can get. So yeah, except brake cooling, I changed that a bit more, so it's more cooling because they were overheating. And yeah, other than that, there's not much to explain. We got Opposed in the server, Novena, the Goose, who is also a really good driver, Alfie, our multiple time world champion, Train Raider, Tome, who is a one-time world champion, I believe, Osakraft, and finally me. Is there anything else to mention? I don't think so. Yeah. Like I said, I'm using the more advanced UI. I know it's a lot of clutter, but believe me, I need it. I don't believe we have to submit damage reports this season. At least I didn't hear anything about it. But might as well keep it so I see what damage I have exactly, if I have damage. Like missing the front wing end plate, missing part of the rear wing, or generally underfloor. This one is just for fuel primarily, so I can see how much fuel I have. When the optimal shift timing is, because obviously you're not always driving the same car. What else do we have? I mean, the map is not mapped, so we can't see the racetrack here, unfortunately. Which lap we're on, which is currently in quali and practice mode, so it's 999. Pit time, so you know how long you have to pit and how much pit time is left. What your best lap is, what your current lap is, and how many penalty points. Fastest lap, so you know how fast the other people are, and the positioning. Also last lap, steering and gas inputs, so you can see what I'm doing with gas. Brakes is obviously 100 right now because I cannot move. And the steering. So you can see if I'm oversteering, so I have to do this as example. And yeah. I guess the gas is on obvious. Actually, let me move the BeamGP thing to the left for now. Because then you can also see this. And yeah. That's pretty much it. We also have pit stop options. So if you have to repair your body or only tires, you can do that also. If you want to use more fuel, less fuel. And the flags, obviously. And chat, I mean, but I don't think I have to mention it, as well as the radar. So yeah. When race starts, Unga Bunga. The race starts when Wesley is done, which is in like 1 minute. So yeah. I hope I don't crash. That would be a bit embarrassing because then I'm out of the race. So yeah. But we're getting the start lights. And there we go. Trying to get into the slipstream of Osa because he's the closest, so we get the most slipstream. But also the most dirty air. So far it's going clean. Some lockups in the front as I nearly spun it. Because of the dirty air. As we have someone who's spinning, getting through cleanly. As we have a massive crash here in front of us. And now we are in P5, I believe. Yeah, looks like P5. I suppose he goes off and we have a virtual safety car because he crashed and there's a tire going. Virtual safety car means we catch up to the leader who is going 20 kph slower than us. So we're slowly catching them while not endangering safety of anyone else. So people are already heating their tires up. As Oza does a minor lockup while trying to heat up his brakes. And now we catch the train. And we should be going slower. Okay, I guess that's not... Actually, it might be working correctly, I don't know. Maybe only the leader is capped to 100 kph. No, okay, now it is. As we are going green momentarily. Okay, I guess it's getting prolonged. waiting for everyone to catch up back so we can go racing again. Gotta heat up the brakes more because they're getting quite cold soon. I suppose he is allowed to unlap himself. Since this is an unrated event, I guess they're allowed to toad back to piss and start again. I have no idea how I spun that nearly. As train spun it while being behind me. I have no idea if this is... Okay, this is an actual green flag now. Okay, keeping my position for now. They're going 3 wide behind me. They're looking at the radar. Sticking behind Oza. Maybe we can go into turn 1. This train has less downforce than me, so he can take the slipstream more effectively. There's a posy. Oh! As he had a moment and overreacted. We're up in P4 now. Oh, what? Okay, that's a bug. My tires, my brake is 100%. I'm gonna... I have no idea how that happened. The car went 100% into the brakes. For God knows what reason. Might be still a minor bug in the race manager. Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. It's like, why was I slowing down? So, yeah. I guess we are spectating Alfie, who's in P1, racing against Tommy. And yeah. Let's go to the minimalistic thing because, yeah, there's no reason for me to do anything now. And like I said, we're still working out some minor bugs. Yeah. Right now it's still Alfie P1, then Tommy, who is his pretty much championship rival for the last few seasons, where he even won one of those championships. After that, we have Train in P3, Goose in P4, and then the rest, so me, Oza, Novena, and the Posey are DNF. As opposed, it seems to have some slight damage or desync. I would rather put it on desync. Because obviously he wouldn't be smoking that much. Maybe I can fix this. No, I cannot. Yeah, this is just desync, so yeah, not much I can do about that. Let's go back to let's do Train Raider, who is trying to catch Tommy. As he also has some desync. So yeah. Like I said, I apologize for that bug where it went into full brakes on my end. But not much I can do against that one. And yeah. Not much going on as it's only pretty much 3 people left alive. I'm not counting Goose because he is 41 seconds behind. Tommy 3.7 behind Alfie. Train being 3 seconds give or take behind Tommy. As Alfie got the fastest lap of a 155.3 right now. And yeah. I just have to check 1 or 2 things real quick. Alright, that's working. And this is working. Right. Where were we? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not Niki Lauda. As Alfie sets another fastest step of a 155 1.2 155 129 now. Goose losing more and more time. Let's see what's happening with him. He seems to be braking here. Actually, no. Every car is apparently locking up where I spectate. So that is a bit unfortunate. Which might be because it thinks I am the one who's driving, so it goes into full brakes. Which might actually be a thing, as Tommy goes wide and unsettles the car. Nearly binning it. I think I know how I can fix that one. Never mind, if I'm DNF I cannot do that. as there's 1 minute and 50 seconds left for the race, as we go complete dark because we are behind the tree, which is a bit suboptimal. Train still 3 seconds behind Tommy, as Alfie is increasing his lead to 7.5 seconds now. Is Train able to catch Tommy or not? I really doubt it unless Tommy makes a massive mistake into this last lap or second last lap we're on. But he keeps losing time to Alfie. Another half second gone. As we are losing massive FPS for a second here. Going all the way down to 25. Which I have no idea why. Shouldn't be the PC. Even though there's a lot of smoke obviously, but I doubt that one. That's the reason. Train still 3 seconds behind Tommy, as Goose is dropping now back to 1 minute now. Unless there's a massive mistake by Tommy. It's Alfie P1, Tommy P2 and Train P3. Let's go back to Alfie, who is going into the second last corner towards the chicane. Third last corner, whatever, however you want to see it. For me, a chicane is one whole corner. And yeah. Is he gonna ride the curbs? He is not riding the curbs, staying on the asphalt. So he seems to be taking it more safe than aggressive, which is good because obviously there's not much to risk anymore, as he is winning the what? Yeah, he won the race with a 10-second advantage to Tommy, who is crossing the line now, followed by Train Rider in P3, and Goose spun the car. Or not, that was just teasing. Never mind then. Go on, Goose, you can do it. You're just 1 minute behind, but if you finish, you still get the points. Fortunately, I had that issue with the bug where it went full brakes for God knows what reason, but we will be making sure to check that it's not happening again in the future with an update to the race manager we have. And yeah. As Goose finished the race now with 1 minute 14 seconds behind. We're gonna go back to my POV and go back to the other UI element. And hope we can at least finish this race without that bug we had. And if I have it, I will try to go over to the side as quick as possible. So definitely there still needs to be more testing, especially during longer races. And by the looks of it, it might be an issue after the versus safety car, and yeah. We are going to cook indeed, Oza. team racing balls. Yes. As people are changing their setups, I might also change at least to 20 liters of fuel. Also, sorry if I hit my microphone from time to time. That's because I'm in the racing seat, and yeah, I don't have much space here because I have a TV right next to it, which is blocking the swivel of the microphone stand. Let me move this back to the left. Alright. Yeah. A bit tired because I woke up at 8 in the morning. Because, yeah. Sorry about that one. Baron is setting up the next race right now, which looks to be a lot simpler than compared to what we had with Beam Crew Spot, which is still a great race manager made by Nevertheless, but it seems so tedious to set up the races with the commands and all that. Now, I mean, I tested it because I have permission to set up the grid and stuff like that. It seems so easy. Just gotta type the commands and that's pretty much it. Gotta queue the next events before they start gridding up because then it's gonna lag. As we're starting in P7. I might as well check this one. Okay. As I didn't see the lights, which is on me. But thank God I'm one was last anyways. But I'm sure we can make up some places. Since they're battling out in front either way. As we touch grass a bit, which is not helpful for a BeamGP driver. As a Goose had a moment trying to go in the inside, which he leaves space just enough. As I nearly connected Novena, and yeah, was a bit unpredictable, so sorry to Goose about that one. Not my finest driving right now. Trying to stay behind Novena. Still getting some sort of slipstream. But he's still pulling away because he's so close to Ozercraft right now. As they both slowed down a bit. Trying to squeeze him as... I don't know if it was decent if I hit him. Trying to stay behind Novena. Not gonna overtake on this corner just yet. Maybe I can pressure him into making a mistake so it's an easier overtake. A bit hectic on the gas here. Still gonna stay behind him, so I'm gonna overtake him on the straights. Gonna go on the inside, still getting some side draft from him. Giving just enough space. As he's slowing down, giving me the corner. I mean, you can easily do 2 people here in this corner. As he goes for a late move on the inside. Gonna hold him up a bit here. Covering the inside so he doesn't get the inside of my end. It's not bulging here. Yeah, I should have maybe taken the outside. Oh, fuck, okay. My bad. As Tom spun it. I don't know if it's a racing incident or if he was just... Oh! He was moving. I guess that's it. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I'm not gonna use node cover. Okay. I don't know if we can continue this one. No. Yeah, no, we are done. This is it. Yeah, this is a bit unfortunate. 2 DNFs in a row. But what can you do? Not much. Yeah. So yeah, let's go on a spectate train. Yeah, before that, I'm gonna try one thing. I'm gonna remove my vehicle. So those vehicles are no longer locking up. Which is not working. Yeah, as with another vehicle in the wall. Who is that? Oh, that's still Tommy. As Train is fighting with Goose during the virtual safety car. So yeah, this is not the best performance today I showed, so forgive me for that. But yeah, and there's not much I can give many excuses for, except what happens happens, and what doesn't happen does not happen. So yeah. Alfie is in P1, driving 80 kph. Yeah, let's swap back to this one. And yeah, today's DNFs is Tommy, me, Aposi, and Train Raider, who I didn't even see have a DNF, but P1 Alfie, as always. After this is Goose, Oserkraft, and then Novena with a 44-second. Yeah. 38 seconds, okay. As we go green, Goose. Okay. Oh, now it works. Let me go to Oza also. Apparently it's now working. Yeah, now it's working. Okay, that's good. Alright, so Oza is currently fighting Goose. Goose had a horrible last race, finishing over 1 minute behind everyone else. Maybe Oza can overtake Goose this time. Let's move this back down there so that's not in the way anymore. As Goose spun it. Maybe he didn't practice enough. Maybe he was not comfortable with the setup. Maybe underestimated the oversteer during a race. We never know, but there goes Goose into P1. Alfie being in P1. I'm trying to fix this weird brake issue. There we go. As we're following now with Goose right now, let's go to Novena. Let's see where he is. He is in the pink CSS livery car in P4, being 24 seconds behind, actually only being like 40 seconds behind Goose. Maybe he can catch up to him. Novena is a pretty decent driver, I would say. Didn't race much against him, so I can't completely judge him. But yeah, considering he's in F3, he can't be that bad. And yeah, the Goose 3 seconds out behind Oza. Novena is still 14 seconds behind, so he may depends on how the pit stops go. I would have pitted under the virtual safety car, so you already got that out of the way. And yeah. Let's go back to Goose, where the fighting is more likely to happen right now, as he is 1 second behind Oza. as I have a mosquito rat next to me. As Goose spun it again. This time under dirty air. Maybe he can catch up back to Oza. That is a bit, I mean, how should I describe it? A bit unfortunate for Goose, because Goose is one of the fastest drivers I know. However, this car does not seem to suit him. At least this setup is not suiting him. So let's hope he will get back in form once the actual season starts. Because this is, keep in mind, an unrated race. So no points are awarded. And I don't believe any, what do you call it, ratings are awarded. Which is called Beam rating in our server. And yeah. Let me just go there. Okay. Alright. So right now Alfie P1 with a 15 seconds advantage. So this looks like a strong season for Alfie. At least who will maybe win the championship again. After that is Oza, like I said, with a 15-second difference. Then it's Goose with a 5-second difference to Oza. And then it's Novena with a 13-second difference to Goose. Tommy unfortunately had the first DNF of today. I don't know if it's a racing incident with Alfie or someone else, or if he just had a moment and spun it into the wall. I might catch him after the race, so we can have an interview with them. And yeah, we'll figure it out from there. But so far, we still have 10 minutes to go on the race. Oza now 18 seconds behind Alfie. At this point, Alfie is just cruising to the finish line. As Goose is catching Oza again after his second spin. 4 seconds behind only. As Alfie sets in fastest lap once again with a 1:54.666 on this beautiful Saturday evening. And yeah. Goose hugging the wall, getting some draft from the wall, reducing air resistance and all that. Novena still 13 seconds behind Goose. So Goose seems to have a much better race this time. Unfortunately, I don't know how his tires look like. I don't think he pitted today. I don't even know if they have to pit this season in this season's regulations. So yeah. But if they would have had to pit, they would have pitted long ago. Goose now 3 seconds, a bit under 3 seconds behind Oza. As they're 100 meters apart now. This is being one of the most difficult corners now. So if you have a great exit here and a great corner entry, you gain so much time. It's now about 100 meters still. Can Goose catch Oza? As Oza goes a bit on the dirt. So can Goose catch him? He's 80 meters behind. This was the one I wanted. 86 meters behind Oza right now. Trying to keep the RPM as high as possible, so not shifting here. Will he lock up onto his corner? As Oza has a minor lockup. Goose staying on the asphalt, not taking the curbs. As Oza is pitting now for fresh tires. So I guess he didn't have enough fuel. As Novena goes into... not into the pits. So he's gonna stay out. Yes, that's Oza. Going out of the pits. Having some wheel spin, heating up those cold tires. As Novena goes past him. Staying on the white line. Maybe we will have a battle in just a moment as Goose appears to have catch Alfie. Did Alfie have a moment there? He does have some minor lockups now and then. The gap is down to 5 seconds. So unfortunately I didn't catch that one. But we can hear Goose's engine in the background. As Goose caused a yellow flag and he spun it once again. What's up with Goose today? This is the third spinner in this in this race now. So Alfie is back to a comfortable 16-second lead. Followed by Goose, Novena and then Oza once again. Oza is 5 seconds behind Novena. And Novena is 5 seconds, a bit more than 5 seconds behind Goose. And then 16 seconds behind Alfie. But Alfie went into the pits. Getting his pit stop now. Will he get out in front of Goose and everyone else? As we see Goose's name tag. Alfie preparing his size as Goose went past. But Goose still has to do pit stop. With 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. As we can also hear Novena's engine. But Alfie makes it out in front of Novena. Maybe Novena is trying to go for a move, but he locks up his front right tire. Is Alfie feeling the pressure now? Or can Goose keep it up and not spin again? Because, like I said, in the rules channel, I didn't see that you have to take a pit stop. But I assume you want to do it because of the tires. Alfie trying his hardest to stay in P2 for now. As Novena is keeping up the pressure on Alfie for now. Yeah, Wesley or Byron, Wesley, whatever he wants to be called nowadays, reminded Goose that he has to take a pit stop. So that will drop Goose right into P3 or P4 even. As Alfie is now 4 seconds behind Goose, who has to have bad tires at this point. I did like a 10-minute practice, the tires were down to 60%, so he has to be at like 30% right now. And I believe, yeah, I saw him going to the pits now, taking his pit stop, as Alfie goes back into P1. Let's go to Goose and see where he gets out then afterwards. As Novena goes into P2 now. Good race from him so far. As he overshot his pit box. Costing me like surely half a second or 1 second even. Yeah, Oza overtakes him. So Goose is now in P4. Maybe he can still get Oza and go back into P3 so he gets the last podium, but having 3 minutes to go, so 2 laps. It's gonna be really close. And sorry for the Steam ping, that's on my end. So yeah, 2 seconds between Oza and Goose right now. Goose having the fresher tires, but Ozas are not that old either, as Goose goes really wide, unsettling the car, goes wide again, taking some sand with him, or gravel. Is he gonna make this corner at least cleanly? Not getting close to the apex, but not touching it completely, but the exit looks pretty good. Two and a half seconds between Oza and Goose still. 9 seconds between Alfie and Novena. Then another 10 seconds between Novena and Ozercraft. So the battle for P3 is the most interesting one for now, as I very much doubt Alfie is gonna push 100% still on the last or second last lap with a 10-second gap. So he can pretty much relax for the rest of the race now. Same for Novena, better take it safe than risky. But Goose has to push 100% now, because if you want to get the podium, you're gonna push. As Goose is getting closer to Oza, now down to 2 seconds. 2.5 seconds as Goose spins it once again and gets back on the race cleanly. But that's unfortunate for Goose today. Maybe a bit more rear wing. Obviously he used top speed, but you would have saved more time with lower top speed than with those spins today, which is the 4th one now, or 5th one. So yeah, P3 is pretty much gone for Goose now. So let's go back to Alfie, as this is a pretty much done race. Going towards the last chicane. I'm gonna finish the race in P1 most likely. Unless he somehow manages to beat the car in the last few corners. Which I very much doubt, because Alfie is pretty, how should I say it? A pretty clean racer. Always giving some space. As he's slowing down to a halt. Which is weird. But I guess he wants to make it look like he's not giving that much. Whatever. As Alfie finishes in P1 with what is gonna be a 12-second lead. I'm gonna do a victory spin, I guess. Novena in P2. Oza finishing in P3. And Goose is gonna finish in P4. Which is now. So this is the race, as there's a maniac on this road, on the pit entry. Even though this might be just a reporter. So yeah. As he is inspecting train rider's car now. But let's go back to Alfie. This is not what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. Let's just do this. Alright. So, Alfie P1 once again, as he just joined the voice channel, because I remember that join sound. Hello, Alfie.
Hello.
So, how did you enjoy the race today?
I actually really enjoyed driving out there today, to be fair. I think Suzuka, when you get it all hooked up, is, you hear real life drivers saying it as well. I think when you
Uh,
get it all hooked up, it is good fun to drive.
What happened on lap 1 with Tormit? Do you know what happened to him?
What, in the second race?
Yes, because he had a DNF because I saw him on the side of the road.
So he had a spin. I don't think it was lap 1. It was at some point in the race though. He had a spin, and then he got collected by a Posey who was understandably angry.
Yeah, and I collected the Posey.
Mm.
So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate today. But what can you do? I also enjoyed. What I raced, I also enjoyed it. Not my proudest day today, to say the least. But you didn't have any contact with Torme when he raced, right?
I don't think I hit anybody. No, I think I did a good.
Yeah, because obviously both of you were P1 and P2, so it could have been that you had an incident with him. But
there was the first race where I had a terrible start and I ended up only I think I dropped to P3 or something. We did get quite close on that start, but other than that.
So yeah, would you change anything on your setup for the next weekend? Or are you comfortable with this one?
Well, I'll probably tweak it, track specific stuff. But the aero and maybe a bit of fine tuning. But other than that, I think this setup's pretty good. It works for most tracks. So
you think more downforce, less downforce for next weekend?
Should I give you a little hint what the first race is going to be? So a cheeky live stream exclusive.
Oh, are you willing to
First race will be Hiroshi Raceway.
Oh, the classic.
So there you go. Probably more downforce for Hiroshi. Obviously, that's my home turf. I love Hiroshi, so it'll be interesting to see.
You know which layout? Because there's 3 layouts for it.
Oh, I can't tell you that much. You have to wait and see.
Yeah, so, we will get info probably on Monday, somewhere, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. And hopefully we will have one of our new streamers, because we had a recent recruitment drive. And if you think you are capable of streaming those races, obviously in a more professional manner than I am, mainly due to my dialect, because I think it's pretty heavy in my opinion. So if you think you want to be part of the media team, shoot me a message, slip into my DMs. And other than that, I don't think there's much more to talk about. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see each other during next weekend. So goodbye everyone.